Hey guys, welcome to General Query. This is Spons. I go by he, him, and his.
Hey guys, and this is Zuki, and I go by she, her, and hers. Welcome to another episode of General Query. How is everyone? How are we doing? How are we feeling? Did you watch the last episode of The White Lotus? I
Oh
have.
my God, yes. You haven't?
No, I have
I
not.
was about to spoil it for you.
Perfect. Actually, I don't mind spoilers. Depends. Depends, but I don't mind spoilers at all.
No, it wasn't what I expected, but it was good. But it felt like they crammed a bunch of shit into one episode.
Into the last
But
episode,
it
yeah.
wasn't bad. Yeah.
Okay. I'm hopeful. That
Yeah.
makes me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm sad because I have nothing to watch on Sundays. So, do you guys
Yeah.
know of any shows other than The Traders? Because I've watched every single season, including everything from Australia and the UK.
Yeah. Um, I can't believe that you liked Traders Australia. Can't. I just
Yeah.
couldn't get into it.
No, I liked it. The first season was way better than the second season.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
The
so then
second season was just kind of pathetic. It was kind of like, guys, come on. Like, he had traitors written on his forehead. He even said it on one episode. Like, the main guy was like, oh, I could have traitor written on my forehead and they wouldn't even be able to tell. And I was like,
wow.
you're not
Yeah,
wrong,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, you're not wrong at
Yeah.
all. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I haven't watched The White Lotus, and I think it should be like required viewing. You know what I mean? For everyone.
Yeah.
Um Kind of like, I don't know, basic economics classes in high school. You know what? Better yet, middle school.
Yeah.
I think it would be ideal, so that all of us collectively can be, a little bit better informed as to how certain things work.
Well, I mean, that's not going to happen since the Department of Education has been
Oh,
dismantled, but yeah.
damn it. Oh, that pesky thing. Which incidentally, I know you guys love this, but we're recording this on April 7th. You won't see this until April 14th, which means that you will be one day away from needing to file your taxes. So if you haven't filed your taxes,
Please do so.
please do so ASAP. I
Yeah.
understand that,
It's not that difficult.
it's not, guys, especially if you just have like a simple tax situation, you can pretty much file for free. So
Yeah.
do it. Yes. So, because as we all know, there's been, how do I put this mildly? An inordinate amount
Mildly, she says.
of stupidity in our country. Uh, in terms of what should be allowed to be done and what maybe shouldn't, and the general confusion that some people have about that. And so, in that spirit, Fonzie and I thought it would be so fun to have a things that should be illegal but aren't, or things that are legal and
Make no fucking sense.
make no sense,
Yeah.
in the spirit of making fun of all the things that are going on
The
in the moment.
complete buffoonery that is
Oh,
happening.
I love that. I love the term buffoonery. Yeah, I think that's a great way to
It's
describe.
unfortunate that that's how we're describing our current administration, but
But,
buffoonery it is.
buffoonery it is. And I think as we go through, we're going to sprinkle in a bunch of fun, a bunch of real, and see what we think. But I will say, I want to start really quickly with this comment. I saw a video of President Obama talking
Oh
about
yeah.
the current situation. And while I had a lot of qualms with President Obama's presidency, just like I have qualms with any neoliberal politician, um, comparatively, they're just, it's very different administrations. But he did make an excellent point, and he said, imagine, just for a second, if I did any of the things they've done, just one. Like, imagine if I pulled the press credentials away from Fox News. Would that be acceptable?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I saw that video too, and I was like, "This is brilliant," because it's
it,
true. Like,
it's true.
how
Yeah,
much BS are we as a country allowing
correct.
only because of this stupid fandom that's going on?
Precisely, because it's a cult, right?
Yeah,
Like, there's no, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So I think that's like, I love that because I think that's a great barometer because I know there's a lot of people that feel like their families aren't listening to them, like they're kind of going crazy and they're like, why? Like, that's a great way to be like, okay, cool. So if so and so did this, you'd be okay with it too, right?
right.
And if the answer is no, then there goes their entire argument. They won't
Correct.
recognize it, but at least it will make you feel like you're not insane. So, in that spirit, I'm gonna kick it off kind of light, Fonzie.
Kind of light.
I'm gonna kick it off light, and I'm gonna kick it off with social crimes that
That
should be
are
illegal.
currently illegal.
No, that should be
That should
illegal,
be.
but aren't. I'm gonna start with this one because this is very boomer.
Okay.
Okay, this is boomer behavior. Talking on speakerphone in public, or listening to videos on loud without headphones in public. That should be fucking illegal.
I mean,
Come on. Come on.
yeah, there's a lot of headphones and stuff, but as far as like legal,
It should be illegal. No, I'm sorry. No. I'm so sorry, Fonzie.
You're like, no, I meant.
No, you think I want to be at the fucking doctor's office waiting to get, I don't know, my pap smear or something and having to listen to some Newsmax video or some AI generated like nonsense that they think for sure is real and you have
Right.
to listen to all this? No, no, no. I'm sorry. Because one of these days, Fonzie, it's gonna happen. That's gonna be. I'm gonna play porn
I would
loudly.
love that. Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna be like,
beautiful.
oh, I'm sorry. Is this making your ears bleed? Same.
That's
Fonts.
hilarious. Yeah.
You're telling me that doesn't bother you that
Oh
much?
no, it totally bothers me. I just
Okay.
don't know
Should
that
be illegal.
I'd want to get people arrested for that shit.
Jail. Straight to jail.
Right.
Done. This is Jamaica, by the way. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is not anything fun. It's just Jamaica.
I know. I'm being boring too today. We didn't even talk about this, but I'm having Earl Grey.
I think, yeah, I mean, I think that's indicative of where we are.
Yeah.
They're just like, you know what? Let's just have a safe drink today.
Yeah.
A non-spicy drink. So yes,
Kind of
I
indulgent.
think that social crime should be fucking illegal.
That's funny.
Don't talk or watch anything on speakerphone in public.
Right.
Nobody wants to hear it. I've had it. Done. Yes. What's yours? You hit it off.
Okay, let's see. Let's talk a little bit about tech.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh shit, I'm nervous. Tech.
Interesting.
What?
Well, okay, let's do this one because this one's more on the note as like to what we're talking about. Selling
Okay.
personal data without consent.
Yeah, that should be yes.
And it isn't.
Yeah. And it isn't. No, I
Yeah.
know. I know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the DNA testing company 23andMe is
Oh
going
yeah.
bankrupt,
Mhm.
right? And so what happens with that is, from what it's looking, is they're going to sell, right? So they're going
Yeah, your
bankrupt. They're
DNA.
gonna
So
sell.
make sure you take it out.
Yeah, so whoever buys them is going to have proprietary access to that data, even if So technically, when you do that things like 23andMe, you sign a consent saying, yes, 23andMe has, the right to look at my shit and store it. However, in most of those agreements, there isn't anything specified that if we go bankrupt, whoever we sell to also gets to own your data. There's very rarely stipulated in those types of notices. And
Also,
so,
let's be real. Who
yeah,
actually reads the
who
entire
actually
disclaimers?
reads it?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I know I don't.
Yes. No, I'm
Yeah.
guilty of that too.
Yeah.
But I think that's what it is. It's like people are so we're almost used to it. I think that's
Yeah.
also why
I think
it's,
that's what it is.
yeah, why it doesn't feel like that sort of like shocking that it's not illegal is because we're so used to it, right? Our data is everywhere.
Yeah.
Um, and it's mortifying. And really quickly, while we're on this topic, I've had conversations with family members and stuff about this. And they always say this: well, I don't have anything to hide. What do I care? That's not
Yeah.
the own you
Like I
think
get,
it is.
I get their point
But,
because it's not like, oh, I'm not important situation, but like it's still your personal information,
well,
and
right.
they
And
can
you,
manipulate that however they wish.
for any purpose, right? Like, again, it's like, yeah, you may not have nothing, anything to hide, but that doesn't mean that they're not using your data for nefarious purposes without
Absolutely.
you knowing,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, identity theft is a crime, y'all.
Yeah.
And that, is very data driven. So yeah, no, I agree. It should be illegal. Is
Somehow,
not.
I mean, corporations, hello.
There are people under the law in the United States. Um, okay, let's see. I'm sorry. This is another social crime for me. Group texts with Android users that break the iMessage flow
Yeah. Yeah. Safe
should
to
be
say that's
illegal.
why we use WhatsApp within the family.
Yep. Yep.
I That annoys the fuck out of me.
Oh my God. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah. Yeah. If I had to list like the most glaring flaw of my sibling, it would be that he's an Android user. And I really don't have very many complaints about him at all. But that would be like in the top three.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, given also that androids have shown to be superior in every single way, shape, form.
Don't care.
However, right, I agree,
Irrelevant.
100%. Don't care, but yeah, hate it.
Yeah. It's like the people that say like, oh, um, fashion should always be comfortable. And I'm like, okay,
Right, said no one ever.
lame.
Ask Celine Dion about her shoes. Come on.
Ask her about her shoes. Exactly. Yes. My God, we have to repost that video. Fonzie sent me a video, guys, of Celine Dion talking about. If you know anything about Celine Dion, you know her obsession with shoes. She's been very vocal about
And
that.
fashion overall, but
And
shoes
fashion overall,
specifically,
but
yes.
she's a shoe gal.
Hmm.
And she talks about how she famously, if she sees a shoe she likes, she doesn't necessarily ask if they have her size. She's like, I will fit myself
I love
into the shoe.
how she said no. What size do you have? I can be a 6 to a 12.
Whatever you've got. Yeah,
Right.
love that. Yeah, so for me, it's like the same thing with phones. Like, yeah, I know. Yeah, sure. I guess Androids are better and like, iPhones, whatever. Sorry. No,
No, I agree. Same.
I have no interest in
For
using
me,
that.
it's just the whole I've had iPhones for forever now,
Me too.
and it's just comfortable to transfer information from one phone to another,
Yeah,
and then
it's
save
easy,
it to your computer, and then
simple.
save it to the iPad, save it to the TV. So it's all kind of like linked together. Well, yeah, sounds kind of, you know, dangerous, I guess.
I was
But at
gonna
the
say,
same
going back to
point,
that data thing.
right. But at some point, it's kind of
Yeah,
like convenient. So the convenience of it all.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care, right? Like I truly couldn't care less.
Right.
So yeah, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I
Same.
hate seeing I'm in a group chat with three girlfriends of mine who I adore, and only one of them has an iPhone. So because of this, we all have to endure the green bubbles. And I hate it. I've had it sometimes where I'll send a hilarious GIF, okay, in response to someone. And because they have Androids, it doesn't get there in time. So then my GIF is like 3 messages below, and then it no longer makes fucking sense. And it's very upsetting because Fonz knows I'm serious about my GIFs. If I'm sending one, it's because I really want this to be the way I convey my message. Nothing aggravates me more than sending GIFs to Android users because it's
Yeah.
always delayed. Always.
I didn't know it was delayed, but also I don't care. I mean, I typically, like I said, we just do WhatsApp because it's convenient.
It's convenient. It's easy.
I don't have
Yeah.
to see your green bubbles. It's all good.
Yeah, I don't have to be reminded of like your aesthetically not pleasing
Right.
text bubbles.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. Should be legal.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. I feel like all mine are like stupid and serious.
Please. Love it. Serious?
Yeah.
Right, let's see.
Okay, price gouging for emergencies.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah,
you're saying
it's not
like
illegal.
raising the price of like water and stuff like that? Yeah.
Or rent, like LA did whenever there were the fires. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that should
Or
be illegal.
I don't know. I love this whole thing where it's like, oh, well, everything was more expensive during COVID. And then it just never came back down.
Yeah.
Very that.
Even
Yeah.
the dollar store, like Dollar Tree is no longer Dollar Tree. It's like
It's a
dollar
dollar
25
25
tree.
tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think that absolutely should be illegal. And I know there's like all this, camps of people that are like the free market and corporation. No, no, no. Because that's the thing again, no one wins here,
Oh yeah.
right? Like that also, if you want to talk about the free market, the ability of corporations to price gouge actually interferes with the free market because it erases competition, right? Every competition and benefit of us, the consumer, because that's the way it's supposed to work,
Right.
is that you go to the best prices. Well, if every corporation can just jack it up, well, then they win. We never win, right? So, yeah, no, I completely agree. Rent, like you said, is a huge issue. Um, I have this thing where I get really mad about like they're like, oh, rent values are going up. And it's like, who sets those values? Oh, private equity companies.
Yep.
That's who sets those values, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I agree. You're right, the LA fires, I'd forgotten about that. Yeah. Hotels do that,
Hotels
right?
do that. Yep.
Yeah. Which I guess maybe that's a gray area how do you feel about hotels like ratcheting prices up for like events? Like
I mean,
Beyonce's in town.
let's start with the fact that hotels are a luxury. Okay.
Fair? Yeah.
You
Okay.
do not need to go to Coachella. You do not need to go to a
Right.
Beyonce concert or whatever.
Sure,
Like,
sure,
yeah,
sure.
they're rightfully, in their will to raise the prices for that specific event.
That's fair.
That's part
Yeah.
of like Taylor Swift and Beyonce and the economy and like pushing the economy or whatever. Like that's why it works for everyone.
Right.
But
No, that I
is it
agree.
ethical?
But
Probably not.
right. There's that gray area. But yeah, if it's like a natural disaster, yeah, that's
Right.
a
If it's a
fucking
natural, like
issue.
an emergency situation, like don't fucking use your power to abuse other people.
Right. I think they should at least be fined. I feel,
Yeah. Fine
but
for that gap that they created.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. I completely agree. Um, let's see. I'm gonna do a silly one. Food crimes. Um, putting raisins in coleslaw or potato salad.
If you guys have been around for a while now, you guys know I hate raisins with a passion. So yes, they should completely
Should
be
be illegal.
illegal
That's the thing.
on anything.
Yeah, no, listen,
Bark.
I love raisins a lot.
Uh-huh.
However, I do agree it should be illegal. I have seen this. I've seen people put raisins in coleslaw and potato salad.
And oatmeal.
Well, see, that makes sense to me. Okay. Raisins and cookies. Delicious.
Raisins should never go in carrot cake. Once again, carrot cake is my favorite, but do not throw raisins in there.
Okay. Well, I don't even know what to say.
If you must, cranberries are the best alternative.
Okay, but you eat grapes, right?
Yeah. I don't know, just when they're like dried up and like nasty and mushy, it's not cute. Plus, they're extra sweet, and I don't like that.
Okay, well, clearly we disagree on this one. I think raisins should be illegal on coleslaw and potato salad.
Yeah, I have
But
never gotten that.
yeah, I do believe that they have a place in the world. I just don't think that that's the place.
Yeah, the place is in a plastic bag, hidden somewhere in one of your drawers.
Okay, I really want to know how they feel about this because are you kidding me? How are you not going to put raisins on carrot cake, Fonzie?
No, gross. Barf.
Okay, what kind of nut do you like on carrot cake? As in walnuts or pecans or,
Yeah, all of them, any of them. Walnut, pecans.
just not raisins. That's your
Yeah,
beef?
yeah.
Okay, I can't. I
It's
can't.
just the raisin that I don't like. That's it. By themselves on anything, nothing. I don't like them. I just don't like them.
Okay, I'm gonna give you, I know it's your turn, but I'm gonna give you another quick fire one really quick because you know how I am. Ketchup on steak,
Fuck
illegal.
no. Yes.
Throw them out of the restaurant.
Yes.
If
But
I went
before you throw them out, punch them straight in the face
straight in the face,
and then
they
throw them
need,
out.
and then throw them out. You literally say, if I am ever out to dinner with anyone and they put ketchup on the freaking steak, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Who does that at a restaurant?
Same
Do
people that fully cook their steaks.
Yeah, because it's dry. They're like choking, which I guess I understand. But I'm like, do that in the comfort of your own home. Okay?
Or just grow up.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
That's gross. No, yeah, absolutely no.
yeah. And the perfect way to cook a steak is medium rare to medium.
Yes.
Anything outside of that, as in more cooked, gross.
Even medium well,
That's pushing it for me.
that's pushing it.
That's
Yeah.
pushing
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. That's someone
That is
that
pushing it.
definitely doesn't like blood, but it's semi-acceptable.
Yeah.
Like, if it's
Still.
well done, no ma'am.
Then have
How do you
beef
feel
jerky.
about steak and like A1?
You know what? I've had it before. Like
Yeah.
I've dipped my medium rare steak
Yeah.
on A1 because sometimes the place that you go to might have an off night, you know what I mean? And it might not be that great, the steak. But so I can excuse it then, but still the cook of my steak is gonna be the same.
Yeah,
Period.
for sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And also, I understand we don't like, like there's like this whole like hatred against like chain restaurants in general. But I will say, Texas Roadhouse to me has the best chain
Steak.
restaurant steak.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel
I
like
haven't tried it in other states, but in Texas in general, yeah, it's pretty good.
yeah, I love it. It's
Apparently, there's some up here. I didn't know that.
really.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's really funny to me.
I'll have
There's
to try them
don't
out
think-
at some point.
I mean, I'm sure there's maybe at least one in Virginia.
Yeah.
But not in the area that I'm at. So,
Yeah. I
otherwise
mean, we've talked about this before. I think you and I are both like we'd rather do local places over chains.
Yes, chains.
But if you
Yeah,
must, then that's a good place to go.
that's a great place to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You go next, and then we'll go on a quick break.
All right, let's see. Allowing corporations to dump toxic waste with minimal penalties.
Cool. Um, yeah. Looking at you, Tesla. Tesla actually very recently got in trouble, and I'm putting this in quotations for our Spotify listeners, got in trouble as in Texas for dumping literal battery juice
Into the ocean.
into some Austin, Texas waterways. They weren't told to stop operations. There's still maybe some debate over whether or not they may owe a fine. And again, we've seen on the news Tesla's value has been dropping a lot. Sorry, I can't stop laughing because everybody's
No,
like,
it's great. I love it.
it makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's been dropping or whatever, but this is a multi-billion dollar company, okay? Even if they were to be fined, they
It
may
means
be fined.
pennies.
It's
Yeah.
pennies to them,
Yeah.
right? So
So
there's like,
they'll continue doing it.
correct, there's no incentive to do the right thing
Yeah.
because there's never any actual
You know
consequence.
who else throws a lot of waste like into the ocean and stuff?
Who?
Cruises. Ship cruises.
Really?
Yeah. So they'll
Oh,
do the whole cruise ship the situation. Obviously, they have over what 5,000, sometimes even more passengers.
yeah,
All
yeah.
that waste gets thrown into the ocean.
See, I knew I was a little irked by the concept of cruises. But that was mostly because of the claustrophobia. Like, I just hate
And the
the idea.
waves and being in
Yeah,
the middle of the ocean.
in the middle of the ocean and like being like, just thinking to myself, like, there's nowhere to go,
Yeah.
literally, would drive me nuts. So see, there's like an added layer now, you know? I can
I'm
sound
not
really,
gonna lie, I have been wanting to go on one. It's just I don't know. It is kind of scary.
I would like to go if I were gonna do a cruise, it would be an Alaskan cruise or like somewhere like in the Arctic, like a really,
Got it.
really like different type of cruise, you know? Because
Yeah.
if I don't know, I feel like going to like a tropical area on a cruise is kind of a waste. I would rather just like go to those places and actually spend time there instead of just like port days, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like Arctic cruises are just so much different because they are just more unreachable. There's
Yeah.
some of these places you can only visit by boat.
Yeah.
So,
No, I
yeah.
agree. And I would also love to do one of those like gay cruises for obvious reasons. Um,
Oh my God, what are the reasons?
the fuckery of it all.
Okay, yeah. I just,
Yeah.
I had to ask, babe, why would you want to
Picture a
go?
bunch of gay men
Hmm.
stuck in a cruise. And it's just gay men.
Doo doo puss abounds. That's it.
Exactly.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Is there, I'm sure there's like, so is it like just gay men or is it like gay cruises? Like open to like
Okay,
lesbian?
so
Yeah. Like, how does
my
this work?
understanding is that the majority, well, because it's known that they're essentially like sex boats, you know? It's like
Got it.
an
Okay.
unspoken language.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I mean,
So
a lesbian could go, but you know,
it's not like
she's gonna
they're
see people fucking on the dance floor, and that's gonna be, you know, yeah, speechless.
no, that's the thing. I'm like picturing the logistics of it and I
Right.
just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm worried about injury. Is what I'm thinking. I'm like, someone's gonna fucking
People
throw.
love to get injured in all the right places.
Some people just love to get injured and fall on an erect dick. It's just
Correct. Yeah,
what happens.
accidents happen.
Yes, they do. And that is what we like to see. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably
So that's
being
something I'd want to do. But anyway, we should take a little break and then we can come back. On that
on
note.
on that note, on the gay cruise note, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so we're back. And now, per Chat GPT, okay,
I was
obviously,
about to say, to quote.
yeah, to quote ChatGPT. So we use ChatGPT for a lot of this stuff because it's a great tool. But I told Fonzie, at least my ChatGPT thinks she's the main character. Okay, because obviously my ChatGPT is a she. Um, and I asked her for a few ideas, and she goes, "Oh, yes, the other side of the coin." And she gives me a list of stuff. And at the end, she says, "Want me to turn this into a segment for your podcast?" I didn't even tell this bitch this was for the podcast. I was just asking her a question. And she wants to become the third member of General Query.
She's like, I don't think she's this curious. Is this for the podcast?
Yes. Like, can you imagine? I'm shocked and
I
appalled.
know. I love it.
But I love it.
Speaking
Okay,
of shocked, I these
please.
are some wild cards right here.
Okay, let's see. You go, you start.
Okay, so the first one would be dancing after midnight.
Where? Where is that illegal?
According to ChatGPT, still technically illegal in parts of New York City unless the venue has a special license.
Can you imagine? What I love about this is like, how did this get started? Right?
Right.
Like, why did this
Where
have to
why is
become
it a law? Like,
what? Yes.
yeah.
Why is it on the books? Why specifically midnight? Is this fucking Footloose, the movie? Like, no dancing.
Right.
You know, like,
Yeah.
what is that?
Those yeah.
Oh
No
God, that's
shaking your booty
hilarious.
out there at 12.
Well, it's funny because I have that on my list as well, but this one specifically in Japan, and it was illegal until 2015.
For what reason? What was the reason?
What was the reason?
Yeah, that's bizarre as fuck.
This is somehow on the books in Vermont. You're gonna love this. Whistling underwater.
I s-
How? First of all,
Why? Like, first of
like
all, okay, so this is weird because in order for it to become a law, it has to be some sort of trend or people have to be doing it.
someone had to do it. Yeah.
Like, I don't think they make laws based on one person though.
Right. So was there
So,
like a whistling quartet?
contest or something like
Yeah.
were
Were
we
they
all
going
trying to
underwater
whistle underwater?
and
That is
like
bizarre.
dying
Yeah.
somehow? Um, yeah. Okay, you go.
Okay, so this one is fucking weird as well. Because who would ever carrying an ice cream cone in your back pocket? Illegal in Kentucky. Originally meant to prevent horse theft. What?
Oh, because you would put the ice cream in your pocket and like lead a horse with it so you could steal the horse?
I guess
Are
so.
horses that into ice cream? Hey, this goes out to the horse girlies because I know the horse girlies are very serious. Is that true? Is this a
Is it
thing?
a thing? Yeah.
Is this a thing that horses love ice cream? I mean, I know you could steal my husband if you show him an ice cream cone. I know that. He's gone. He said bye.
Wait, but doesn't he have like a specific taste and everything?
Yeah, I mean the more laden with like additional like cookie dough and sprinkles, a very specific brand of sprinkles, the ones that you could taste the wax in your mouth afterwards, like all that kind of stuff. So maybe he'd be like pickier, but still, you could probably lure him with like a nice like rocky road. He'd probably at least start following you. I
Right.
would say.
That's funny.
So that makes sense. Okay, wow.
Right. Bizarre.
Yikes.
Yeah.
This one I love. Do you guys know how much I love the British? And apparently it is illegal to die inside the Houses of Parliament in the UK. The
So no
reason
heart attacks. Don't have your heart attack inside a parliament house.
that's right. Apparently it's illegal because technically if you die inside the Houses of Parliament in the UK, then you qualify for a state funeral. So basically, the UK said, you're not allowed to die here because we're not about to pay for your funeral, is what their whole thing,
Basically.
which I love. If you're a Downton Abbey fan, that show, Downton Abbey, uh, the one of the characters, somebody dies. It's this big, very big manor house called Downton Abbey, and they're aristocrats. And somebody that was visiting them dies in the house. And this person's from Turkey. Okay. Now keep in mind, this is like the early 1900s. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And this person's from Turkey dies in the house. And the main, like, big, like, main bitch, played by Maggie Smith, may she rest in peace. She comes down and she's like, oh my God. She's like, this would happen to a foreigner. And everybody's like shocked. And she's like, no English person would dream of dying in somebody else's house. She's like, that's so embarrassing. So I have a feeling that this has some element of that where British people are like, you can't just die willy-nilly. You just,
Right.
you gotta die in your house or in a hospital where it's proper and appropriate. I kind of love it. I think it's
I
very,
mean, yeah, but also like who chooses to die
I
and
mean,
when, you know?
sure, but you know,
On the flip
yeah.
side, like we've talked about dramatic deaths, and I feel like
Yes.
that would be a dramatic death. Be like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't. Well, here I go.
Here we
Watch me go.
go. Yes. Okay.
Right.
Go.
Okay. Fishing while sitting on a giraffe's neck.
Once again, picture it. Like, how did this happen in the first place? Even
Right.
once.
Yeah. It's illegal in Illinois.
When are there gonna be giraffes in Illinois? Did one escape from the fucking circus or the zoo
Right.
and
Maybe
someone
one of the
wrote it?
zookeepers was like fishing, the exotic fish tank.
I mean, Illinois.
Yeah.
I get it together, truly.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Crazy, crazy, crazy.
I love that. Okay. So this one goes out to my witches out there. Be careful. Fortune telling for money is a crime in some US cities.
Definitely not Louisiana.
Definitely not Louisiana or anywhere fun. Um, yeah, are you kidding me? Like, come on. If someone wants to
Yeah.
pay someone money to have their fortune told, isn't that their prerogative? Like, why is it the witch's fault or the person like selling this?
Reading the cards, yeah.
I mean, come on. If
That
you
is
don't like
weird.
it, it's freaking bad, you
I
know?
wonder why it's illegal.
I mean, probably because somebody complained. They're like, hey, she said that, I don't know, a genie was gonna come by and give me a 9-inch dick, and it didn't happen. And then I got swindled or something stupid, or like, oh, she said I
Yeah.
was gonna win the lottery,
Petty
and then
revenge.
I didn't. Yeah, I feel like somebody went and read it because they felt, like hustled or something. But it's like, well, take your chances. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Oh my God. See, people ruin it for everyone. I hate
I
it.
know. Like this next one, sending someone a surprise pizza. So this shit is something I would do. I would send someone a
You
surprise
would.
pizza. Yeah.
You would. You would.
But
But
that's illegal in Louisiana.
really,
Oh, and it's
you know,
considered harassment if they didn't order it.
my
I
God.
would eat. Well, I don't know because it's food, so it is kind of sketchy, right?
Well, see, that's what I was gonna say. What if someone's like trying to poison you or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or like maybe it's like the delivery guy and then they're creeps and they just like just all over your pizza and then they deliver it, you know?
he bagged your pizza, you
Yeah,
know,
right. Maybe threw some pubic hairs up there,
that.
sprinkled some,
Yeah,
extra
yeah.
toppings. You're right. Maybe it should be illegal. Actually, that's not
Okay,
that
so
crazy. When
maybe
the
that
more I,
one's
the more I think about it, the more
yeah, the
logical
more I
it
think
makes.
about it, the more I'm for this because yeah,
Yeah,
you're like, oh, nice gesture, but is it or could be? And we
right.
just
Is there
live,
something behind it?
yeah, we just live in too crazy of a world, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't
Yeah,
trust anyone.
I wouldn't trust that one either.
No.
Let's see. Oh, this one, as a dog lover, couldn't agree more. I think this is illegal. and it should stay illegal. It's walking a dog without poop bags. And
Oh
that's
yeah,
illegal in all of Italy.
that's it. Just Italy.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Should be illegal in the States
It
too.
should be illegal everywhere.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how, like, if you're walking your dog and you don't have something, I'm judging you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
about to pick that shit up with the one I'm carrying, like a little poo bag I'm carrying, and then throw it at you. That's how much it pisses me off.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing,
And I'll
nothing.
make sure I keep the bag as a glove so I can just literally throw the shit at you. Yeah.
Yes. And also on this thread, because it's illegal in like these types of laws are very like city and like municipality based, like anything like pet related. But like for example, in the area that I live, it's illegal technically to be walking your dog without a leash in public places.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
then
for
you're
some breeds, that is necessary.
And actually, it
Yeah.
should be freaking necessary for everyone, and here's why. I happen to own a dog that's an absolute menace. Okay? I
That's
would
true.
never have her unleashed in any area. However, if you are walking your dog who you don't think is a menace, who you think is perfectly trained, and your shitty dog comes up to my dog because it's unleashed and
Dead.
gets bitten, somehow that's going to be my fault. You see
Right.
how that's not okay?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. If you
Right.
own a dog and you're walking them in public, leash your dog. I don't care how well trained they are. I don't care if they used to be police doggies. Bless them. We thank them for their service. But they need to be leashed. I
That's true because
absolutely
you never know how the other dogs are gonna
you
react
never
to
know how
the
they're going to react.
stress.
They're dogs, right? And
Yeah.
it's completely unsafe. I completely disagree, and it should be legal. But in a lot of cities and municipalities, it isn't. So
Yeah.
that's my PSA. Okay.
What
Um, let's see.
what about
Okay.
this one? Taking a selfie with a tiger. That's illegal in New York.
Well, I I have an inkling as to why maybe that one became illegal. I have a feeling someone became someone's snack when they tried to take a selfie with a tiger. Either got bitten or like, that tiger like decided to go in for a hug
But I
or
mean,
something.
nowadays, you can't
What?
really be that close to tigers.
And
Like if you
right.
think of any zoo,
Oh yeah, there's
it's
like
not like a
yeah,
regular cage. It's like
right.
glass, you know?
Right.
Or not
Yeah.
even glass. It's like what is it? Fiberglass? Yeah, fiberglass.
Yeah, it's like that super reinforced stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
So
again,
I'm still gonna take my selfies with tigers, you know?
yeah, but
But I
from
won't be like right next to them, I guess.
right. Yeah, maybe
But
the
yeah,
flag
apparently this
bothers them.
once was a problem in New York. I don't see how or why, but I mean, unless it was like a circus, like a
I was
tourist
gonna say
circus,
maybe in the
maybe.
days of like Coney Island, but that's the thing, that's like before cameras that allowed you to take a selfie
Right.
existed. So
Or
I
or or maybe we're onto something, and that's why. Because remember how the cameras, like maybe they had like a little photo booth session happening,
a
and then the
yeah,
flash of the cameras, and then how
make them
loud
go
they were.
nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I could
would
see that.
cause the tiger to go batshit crazy. So maybe
I
that's what it
wouldn't
is.
blame them. I don't like that either. Um, this is like more of a outdated law that is weirdly very
Relevant.
prevalent and relevant right now. Cross-dressing.
Huh.
It's historically illegal and still technically outlawed in a lot of places. So,
I
you
love
know,
how it's illegal
huh?
when queer people do it. You know,
Right,
it's illegal when queer people do it, but like when celebrities do it in movies, nobody has an issue with it.
right,
When straight men do it, nobody has an issue with it. Think
right.
of how many guys have dressed as women, poorly done, for Halloween.
Correct.
Straight men, Trump
Yes,
brothers.
yes,
Yeah,
yes. 100%.
but somehow that's probably not illegal.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. No, I think, yeah, I think that's
yeah.
weird. Another one, because again, this could also be used as a way to indirectly target queer folks. Unmarried couples living together is still illegal in Mississippi.
Why doesn't that
So,
surprise me? It's Mississippi. Come on.
correct. So apparently you can't move in with someone technically, and technically the law is non-conjugal cohabitation. Which again, it's like one of those like weird moralistic laws. I feel like that's like based on like no sex before
Yeah,
marriage or whatever, that kind of
Bible
garbage.
Belt for
Huh?
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Bible Belt. Yeah, absolutely, which boring, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's also,
I'm surprised that's still illegal in
can you believe
a
that?
state.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Well, but then again, all these are illegal and we've been reading through all of them. So each
Technically,
state
yeah.
has their own crazy shit.
Yeah. Okay, you
All
go.
right. Using fake names online technically violates the CFAA Computer Fraud and Abuse Act,
Oh
even
my
though
God.
everyone does it. Yeah, technically everyone does it.
I feel like everyone does it,
Yeah.
right?
Any username out there is technically
Yeah, very few people are using like their full
their
government name.
actual name. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, because again, we just talked about it in the first half of the episode. Like, data theft is a big
Correct.
thing,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
you at least want to make it a little bit difficult, right, for these people
Yeah.
to find
Also, like
you.
difficult for creeps to find you, you know? Like, say for example,
Exactly.
because it's happened before. You're cashing out, and this was like before you could just tab your card and they had to verify your credit card. Yes, that was a thing for you Gen Zers. They had to like verify your credit card with your ID. Like, what if the cashier was a complete freak and they looked you up online?
Exactly.
If you have
Which
a pet name or a nickname or whatever, then they can't
they're
find you.
not, it's going to be harder for them
Yeah.
to find you. Yeah.
So I don't know. That's a really weird one.
Yeah. That's a really, really
My
bizarre one.
favorite so far has been the giraffe's neck. Like, what the fuck?
That is absolutely hilarious. This one has a lot of, has very like big mind your business energy, which apparently oral sex is still illegal in some states.
Just like that, not in public. Just oral sex is illegal.
Period.
Does it tell you what states?
No.
Because I wouldn't be surprised.
Quantified. Let me make sure I have a freaking lawyer on speed dial just in case.
What state
Hello?
have I been in?
What state have I? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Which
interesting. Because
again,
like, how would you know?
how would you enforce that?
How would you know?
All right, everybody, show me
Are
your
you
penis.
like
Like that's not
sucking a cop stick and then they're like, "Oh, this is illegal," you know?
right. Like,
Yeah.
but I feel like that's entrapment. You know what I mean? I don't
Right.
know. Also illegal. But yeah, I don't know like how that's a thing. Also, again, very like, you know, goody two shoes like Christian coded because I know like in the Bible, in the Christian Bible, the only way you're supposed to be copulating is in the missionary position. That's it. That's what the Bible says.
Oh
Any
wait,
other
so no
way,
doggy? Just kidding.
no, definitely not. So
Um,
basically, if you're doing it any other way, it's a sin, even with your spouse,
hey, but let's focus on queer folks, right?
right? Exactly. Precisely. Um, gross.
Yeah. This one, I feel like this one is just morally illegal everywhere. Playing bingo more than twice a week. First of all, who the fuck does that?
Listen,
That's an addiction.
I
And
know
bingo's not even that fun.
I have a lot of family members that love the bingo, and I'm with you. I get bored.
Yeah.
Like
So
all the
apparently
time.
it's illegal in North Carolina unless you're a senior citizen.
They can play bingo as much as they want.
Yeah.
What's a senior citizen in North Carolina? Like 62? I'd
I don't
imagine.
know. It does, I mean, it doesn't give me that information, but
All right, well, I
that's
think
hilarious. But I will say
I,
this, gay bingo
yeah.
is super fun because they have drag queens hosting it and stuff like that. But I don't know that I'd want to do it twice a week.
Yeah, no. I
Like
don't.
I'm down to do that once a month, great, but twice a week is a little excessive.
Right. I don't need that.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Uh, this one's really funny, but I feel like with the amount of car washes that are in El Paso, Texas, I feel like this could be a law there. It says driving with a dirty car, and this is out of Russia. That could, if you have a dirty car, that could get you in some trouble with the law in Russia. But I have never seen like in another city. No, actually, San Antonio is very similar. The
I think
obsession,
all of Texas.
yeah, with keeping your car clean. I just don't understand it. I'm
Yeah.
like, I feel I'm more worried about the inside of the car. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like I do like keeping the car clean, but it's not an obsession where I have to do it like daily. Like I know some
Yeah,
people
no,
that
that's crazy.
go wash their car like every 2 to 3 days.
Yeah, when I found out that some of these places have subscription packages, that's insane to me. I
But
have
it's also convenient because you do save a lot of money.
Well, yeah, but again, you have to be one of those people. Like, I feel like I've done the math in most of them. You have to be washing your car at least 10 times a month. This one is not on my list from ChatGPT, but we wouldn't be general query if one of us didn't bring this up. I think this is one of those things that isn't illegal, but should be. I'm gonna just really quickly. So I think, hear me out. This is a crazy concept. I think it should be illegal to be able to be president of the United States if you've been found civilly liable for rape. I think you shouldn't get to be president if that's something that is on your record. But it's not illegal. You can absolutely do that. Because here in America, we shoot for the stars. So even if you've been found civilly liable for rape, you can still be president. Yeah, I think that should be illegal, but it isn't.
Yeah, I
Um,
totally agree. There's
you know,
once again the buffoonery of it all.
the buffoonery of it all, and that's what I mean, shoot for the stars, really. Uh, because the bar is in hell. So, so don't worry about it. As we like to say here at General Query, we're a beacon for hope and love and all things positive. So, yeah, there's like 20,000 more, pharmacies being able to charge $500 for insulin should be illegal. It isn't.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you
wait,
guys didn't know, insulin itself is probably like $2.
there you go. And
Yeah,
also, whoopsie, I would like to point out, as of January, it was illegal for pharmaceutical companies to charge you more than $50 for insulin. And then, whoopsie, now it is again. So, you're welcome, everyone. So, yes. So,
not you're welcome. You voted for this shit.
yeah. Hey, looking at you. But yes, let us know what you think about all these. If anyone out there knows why it was illegal or used ice cream for your horses, let us
Please
know.
let us know.
Let
So
us know.
curious.
I'm
Yeah.
really curious.
I don't know what that's all about.
I don't know what that's all about, but I'm really curious. And the giraffe fishing one, if you know.
Yeah, or if you know of like any other crazy ones,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna mention some quick ones that I see, like collecting
Please.
rainwater, having a too noisy car horn. Like if you know any of these
Any silly
crazy
ones,
laws
please,
in your state, city, county, whatever, please let us know.
please let us know. And until next time, this has been General Query. Bye,
Goodbye.
guys. Bye.